Hello guys, welcome back to SWS Boxing. Delighted to get back on the channel. Boxing promoter Ryan Rhodes. It's been a bit of a while, but pleasure getting him on ahead of his show tomorrow night. And how are you, Ryan?
I'm all right. Yes, it's been too long. We need to do more interviews, me and you, because the last one got some great views. So we need to do more, mate.
Yes, 100%. And yeah, you've got a good show lined up tomorrow. Um, should we start off with Chad Sudgeon? He's boxing Bahadur Kamari.
Yeah, a bit of a late replacement. Chad's opponent, original opponent, which was going to be a great test. This is still going to be a great test. So he boxed last week, and if I think right, he got a bad cut, the guy. So he got a 28-day suspension. So we had to look for another suitable opponent for Chad. And this guy put his name forward in the hat. And that's why we have him for Chad. Another one that's going to give Chad a good test. Is going to push him, and we hope to have a great fight for Chad. Maybe his next fight or even the one after.
Yeah, because Kamari always comes for a good war. I've seen him fight a few times at your call when I've been at shows. He always comes for a good scrap, so it should be a good test for Chad tomorrow night.
This is what we want for Chad. We don't want too easy a fights. I mean, Chad's first fight back was a humdinger of a fight. In that fight on our show, Chad even got a slight cut on that, and he was in a great grueling 6 rounder. Again, he's going to be in another tough fight for this for Chad's second fight comeback. So we're looking forward to what the future brings for Chad.
And will you guys be trying to get him back into that English title mix where he fought Joel McIntyre a few I can't remember when that fight was, but it was a few years ago, I
It was
think.
probably about a year, 18 months ago, maybe about 18 months ago now. Yeah.
Yeah. Are you guys going to try and get him back into that English title picture or just see what happens?
No, we definitely want to get Chad in an English title fight, minimum at least an English title fight. Uh, Probably is not next fight, but his fight after. That's the plan with Chad. We don't want to be hanging around for too long. So we'll get Chad this fight out of the way, maybe one more, and then getting him into an English title fight or at least an eliminator for an English title fight. He's more than ready. That's what the plan was when we sat down with Chad and Dean, his dad, that we wanted to push him on quite quickly and get him into title contentions quite quick.
Mm-hmm. And yeah, you've got wait, is Chad fighting 6 rounds, isn't he, tomorrow?
6 rounds, yes.
Mm-hmm. Um Shuey Wilson v Les Uri. That's a bit good 50-50 fight. I believe they're both unbeaten at the minute.
Yeah, so Les is two wins and one draw, so an unbeaten fighter against Hua, who's absolutely flying in my gym. Young Steve Nettleship and Hua, they've gelled so well together. I think this is Hua's fifth, fourth or fifth fight since he joined us uh, about a year, 18 months ago, and they're absolutely flying together. We wanted you in a bit of a test, and we're getting a test for you in this fight against Lesura, who always comes to bring it. He always comes and gives a great fight. Is in always in entertainment fights, and I just see him and you in an entertaining fight, a 6 round entertaining fight, which the crowd's going to be, thorough and enjoyable fight. Huey's done amazing with ticket sales. This fight is going to be bringing around 100 plus people for this fight. So yeah, again with Huey, we're not going to be hanging around with Huey. We're hoping to get getting Huey into a title fight at least his next fight or one after. So we don't want to be hanging around with Huey. He's more than ready. He's been sparring some great quality fighters for this fight. So we can't wait for to push Huey on into a big fight after.
Yeah, I mean exactly that. Would you say the winner here gets a title opportunity or a title eliminator if they win this fight, whoever wins?
Not letting no cats out of the bag, I'm already in talks with other managers and promoters with their fighters to maybe push Yui on for a central area or at least an eliminator for a central area title fight. So that's the plan with Yui. Like I said, I don't want to let no cat out the bag, but that's the plan with Yui.
And yeah, but it makes for a good fight. And I mean, I'll say it about pretty much every fight on the card could be a potential show stealer. Pretty much all of them could be.
This is the plan with this show. We wanted to make a fantastic card. When we announced the fight, it was a triple header. We had 3 title fights. We lost a title fight due to the date didn't end up working out for one of the fighters.
Would
So
that
we
get
had to pull
rescheduled?
that definitely is going to get rescheduled. I mean, if you seen that fight, you would have seen that it was a hell of a fight. Both fighters get it absolutely their utmost, and they left everything in that ring that night. So Joe Garside and his opponent Will are going to be in another fight, which we're going to be announcing very shortly after this fight. So yeah, that fight will definitely happen again. And like I said, the fights on this card, we wanted to make a great card, and I think we've done that. I think we've more than excelled in this event what me and Steffi Bull are putting on. And it just listen, for small hole boxing, the card we put on, you can't really beat it. You can't beat
Hmm.
it.
Yeah, it's a top show, top to bottom. And yeah, another good fight with Ebony Jones is boxing. Before, can you try and pronounce her opponent's name? Because I don't want to.
So Jamilet Valjos.
You say it better than
Yeah,
I do.
so well, I think if you said it again, you'd be saying better than what I did there. But yeah, she's in a good fight. Ebony's a great talent. We've had a couple of our girls sparring Ebony, and she's one hell of a talent. Pierce is a great trainer training Ebony, and we've got high hopes for Ebony in the future. That but not too long in the future, she's going to be in title contention as well. The good thing about the ladies that they get pushed quite quickly, and I think with Ebony's pedigree and a background amateur background, she'll be a great force to be reckoned with.
Yeah, I mean she's boxed on Sky a few times on the boxer
Yeah,
shows, and yeah, I mean she was meant to be fighting Stevie Levy, wasn't she? Why a few months
that's
ago?
right. Yeah, that's right. Obviously, we went through with that. We were speaking to both managers and promoters, and that was one fight we were looking forward to. Obviously, it didn't happen to one reason or another. But listen, Ebony gets this win out of the way. She's going to be in a great position to put her name forward in the hat for some great fights out there.
Is Ticey Gallagher one of them? As like she's the current British champion.
Listen, we're not calling anybody out, but that's British title, English title, British title. That's where we want to get Ebony. And listen, the sparring what I've been watching and seeing her train, she's got the bit between her teeth, and she's more than ready to put her name forward for title fights like that.
Mm-hmm. And is it an 8 rounder tomorrow or
Yes, it is 8-2s. Yes, Ebony's in an 8-2s tomorrow night.
is this her second 8 rounder or?
It may be. It may be. Yeah. It may be a second 8 rounder, actually. Yes.
Mm. Yeah. Should we? Yeah, James Flint, of course, is boxing. Carl Boyd. That's a great fight, isn't it? What belt's it for? Remind me. The IBO Intercontinental, is it?
Intercontinental. That's right. Obviously Jimmy Joe coming off that amazing, fantastic win of Campbell Hatton at the Sheffield Arena a few months ago, on a massive high, and it only meant one thing, that we needed to get Jimmy in a big fight, in a big title fight. And Steffi Bull Jimmy's manager and trainer has really pushed for this and managed to get this over the line. So yeah, Kyle Boyd, good, tough, strong kid, always comes to fight, always comes to give it his all, and obviously joint header with Dom Hunt, but Jimmy Joe's in a tough fight. And do you know what? He wanted a tough fight after coming off the Campbell Hatton fight. He just wanted to be in another good, entertaining, exciting fight, and that's what we've managed to get him.
Yeah, exactly that. I mean, he's the current Central Area champion after that great performance over Hatton. And of course,
Yeah,
Carl Boyd, of course, he's current Scottish champion and Commonwealth silver he's got as well. So it makes for
that's
a
right.
very
That's
good
right.
fight. And Carl's gone on the away
Both
trip.
both champions, but yeah, both champions coming to fight each other, putting it all on the line. In a fantastic fight. Um, Listen, as a fan of boxing and as a promoter, I couldn't ask for anything more.
Yeah, that makes for a good fight. And of course, bit more at stake, with a big title on the line as well. So it gets them a good ranking in the IBO as well.
Of course it does. That's what it's about, getting them fighters pushed up the ladder in good fights. Yeah, creating nights, entertaining nights, and like I said, getting them up that ladder and pushing them on to something bigger and better in the future.
Mm-hmm. And yeah, I believe this is oh yeah, so Dom Hunt v Ben Vaughan.
Bargain, yeah.
It's a British title eliminator again. Central Area champ. Well, is does he still have it, Dom? The Central Area, or has he
Yeah,
vacated
yeah,
it?
yeah. He still holds the Central Area title.
And then
Obviously
Betton's
winning a
got the
British title,
Midlands.
Midlands area. So again, another area champions fighting each other. With Listen, I mean, when myself and Steffi Bull, we have a weekly meeting and we sit down and we're putting these fights together, and it's just like mouth watering for small hall promoters that we're making these kind of fights. We do our best, we do our utmost and best for our fighters, and when we hear the fighters' response when we put in these kind of fights to the fighters what we look after, and to hear their response of the excitement and the gratitude and appreciation, it's just unbelievable. And I'm just so in a good place at the minute, promoting and joint promoting with Steffi, putting these kind of fights on.
Yeah, and talk about the fight Dom and Ben. I think Ben, yeah, he won his Midlands in round one as well.
Yeah, he did. Won the Midlands fight in round one. He won the Midlands. Yeah, yeah, yeah. When he won the Midlands title, I mean, if that was that was another. I mean, Dom Hunt's never in a dull fight. He always gives. I mean, he gives it his all and more. He finds always that extra and always that little bit more to win the fights, and also create um, big fights and entertaining fights. So Dom Hunt's never in a dull fight. He always bring the smoke.
Because he beat Darren Tetley, and did he beat Jimmy
Darren
Joe
Tetler.
as well?
Yeah, that was a few years ago, the Jimmy Joe fight. But to win um, I think it was a defense, the Darren Tetley fight. I mean, I went back into the dressing rooms after that fight, and they both were sat on two stools together, getting stitched up by the doctor. It was like one of them Mickey Ward and Arturo Gatti moments when they're both in the beds next to each other. The Darren Tetley and Dom Hunt was sat next to each other by getting stitched up by the doctors. It were it were a moment that I'll probably never forget.
Yeah, I mean that was one hell of a fight, wasn't it? That one, bloodbath.
Oh, definitely, definitely. I mean, if it would have been on a TV show, it would have been nominated or put forward for a fight of the year candidate with both fighters. What they give in that fight, give it their all.
Yeah, exactly that. And yeah, I mean, is it a final British eliminator, Dom v Ben, or?
It's just an eliminator for the British title, but again, it just puts them both up the rankings and puts them in better positions to fight for that British title.
Yeah, exactly that. And oh, I can't call it between, the 50-50s, as they're all evenly matched in close fights, and they all make out to be it'll be a great night of boxing. Let the fans know what time the doors open, what time the first fight is, and is there a live stream for it or?
Yeah, Steffi Bull is putting it on his Steffi Bull Promotions YouTube channel, so it'll be on live stream. As you said, they're all 50-50. You can't pick them. Well, I'm hoping our lads win the 50-50 fights. But listen, the doors open at 5:30. Food will be served at 6:30. First fight will commence at 7:30, and we hope to have a fantastic night of championship boxing. Again, some 50-50 fights, but this is what myself and Steffi will try and give our fans and try and give our fighters the biggest opportunities to move up them ladders to a possible getting them bigger championship title fights. And just want to thank all our sponsors what supported the events, especially Undisputed, the new boxing computer game, what's come forward and supported our boxing events, and all the other sponsors. We can't thank you enough. But yeah, tune in, Steffi Bull Promotions YouTube channel, and let's look out for a great, entertaining boxing night.
Yes, 100%, Ryan. And from me, thank you for your time as always, and good luck with the show, and good luck to all the fighters.
Appreciate it. Maybe we have a chat next week and talk about the night and see how it went.
Yeah, 100%, mate. Thank you for your time, mate. Good luck.
No problem. Take care. Thank you.